Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kevin, one of the Malaysia running YouTuber. As you can see in front of me, there's 8 different pair of super shoes that I get and use this year. We have 8 different brands and 8 different models. Each of the shoes react differently. Some of the shoes share a very similar characteristics, but most of them has their own characteristic. So I'm going to give out some of my opinion on all the pair of super shoes before I start to rank them, which is the best super shoes of my choice and which super shoes has the best value of it. And one of the pair of it is underdog, and one of the pair of the super shoes is totally not worth my money. Let's start with the cheapest carbon plated running shoes. This is the shoes. This is Supershoes. This is a carbon plated by a Malaysia brand, by Spin Malaysia. This is their first pair of running shoes and is a carbon plated, and also is a Malaysia first carbon plated running shoes, Malaysia brand carbon plated running shoes. For this price is 359 ringgit, cheapest among all the pair of shoes that go under 500 ringgit, and the weight of these shoes is 320 gram, heaviest among all. For all the shoes here, for your reference, I'm using the size US 11. Some of the shoes is 11 and a half because of the sizing, but for this pair is size US 11. Among all the 8 pair, this is the heaviest shoes, that 320 gram. But if you're looking for a much more budget friendly that want to try some carbon plated shoes, this is a good entry level carbon plated shoes that you can try, and there's a lot of padding and very aggressive rocker on the front. Moving forward for the next shoes, that is the Feiying PV 4.0. This is a China brand pair of running shoes. It's pretty lightweight and the weight at 226 gram. This pair of shoes I bought at 480 ringgit. If you buy from Malaysia, there's only one place that's selling this pair of shoes. That is the Key Power Malaysia. They're selling around 500 plus, but I get this pair of shoes directly from China so get cheaper. What I like about the shoes is the lightweight of the shoes and the response of the shoes. But one thing about the shoes that I'm not really like is the fitting. The shoes fit intent smaller, a bit tight, especially on the toe box and the toe area. The shoes feel like a bit shorter and the toe box a bit tighter. So I only use this pair up to half marathon, not even more than that, because my toe will be getting a lot of heat and bash up if I use this pair of shoes up and more than half marathon. But this shoes is very lightweight and really fast. Next will be the Under Armour Velociti Elite 2 that costs at 899 ringgit. For the weight of the shoes is 277 gram for my size US 11. For this pair of shoes, it didn't have any outsole. It just directly run on the form itself, the flow form. You can see the expo form, you run on it. What I like about these shoes is the aggressiveness on the toe over here. You can see the aggressiveness in the front is directly toe off on the shoes. But one thing that I'm not really like about the shoes is the lack of the response, the bounciness of the shoes. The shoes feel a bit milk when you land on it, but once you toe off, you can feel the aggressiveness, the toe off, but not the bounce and the cushion of the shoes. A bit hard on the form, but the toe off is really nice. Puma Nitro Elite 3. And this is the second lightest shoes among all. And the price of these shoes is 929 ringgit. What I like about those shoes is the grip. Definitely is the grip. This is the best grip among all the 8 pair of shoes. It can grip on dry, wet, sand, trail, everything. It provides a lot of grip. That's why a lot of Aerox Elite they're using this pair of shoes itself. Even they come out with the Aerox version with the Aerox word on the side that is around, I think is the green color, light green. They come out just directly because of the sport itself. What I not really like about this, that I'm expecting more about the shoes, is more the bounce and the response of the shoes. a bit lacking off on it, even though it's so lightweight, but it's a bit lack off of that response. You have the grip and the aggressiveness, but just a bit lack of the response and the bounciness of the shoes. SC Elite 4, a shoes that cost 999 ringgit, just left 1 ringgit to 1000 ringgit, reach the 1000 ringgit mark, and the shoes weigh at 269 grams, a bit heavier side compared to other super and racing shoes. What I not really like is the weight itself, a bit too heavy for a super shoes that weight at 269 ringgit. Hopefully their next version able to reduce some of the weight, diet a bit more, so you can reduce a bit weight from the shoes. What I like about the form is the bounce and the response of it. It provides me a lot of cushion and bounce me to each of the step. Next, we're going to move to the 3 pair of shoes that exceeded 1000 ringgit. We're starting with the Metaspeed Age Paris. This is the shoe that lightest amount of, even I'm using the size US 11, and the shoes weigh at 210 grams. The shoes cost as 1059 ringgit. What I like about this pair of shoes is the lightweight, responsive, and fast. I use this pair of shoes on 2 full marathon, and it provides me a lot of speed and responsive. What I'm not really like about the shoes is the heel slippage and the lockdown of the shoes, especially on the back. It tends to fly out, even though this is the only one pair of shoes that I'm using the runner knot, and I still suffer some of the heel slippage, but I'm able to live with it. Nike Alphafly Next Percent 3, and these shoes weigh at 243 grams with such amount of technology with AirPod, carbon fiber plate, Zoom X form, and just weigh at 243 grams. For the price of the shoes is 1209 ringgit for this kind of technology. One thing that I really like about these shoes is the easy cruising, especially when I pick up to the pace that I want, and the shoes is very easy to cruise on the pace that I want because of the bounce and the response on the forefoot. What I'm not really like about this pair of shoes is the build quality of the shoes. If you own a pair of Nike Alphafly or Vaporfly, once you look on it, then you can see a lot of problem with the build quality, the glue, some of the separations on the shoes, everything on the Nike can happen to this Nike Alphafly. It's a common issue by all the Nike shoes. You can see over here, there's some of the form already break, and the shoes just only around 40 to 50 kilometer. And the last one is the on Cloudboom Stike, and this is a pair of shoes that cost 1509 ringgit, the expensive among all the shoes over here. The shoes have most technology, the latest technology they have, and the highest price among all of them. And the shoes weigh at 239 grams. What I like about the shoes is the engineering of the shoes. You can see there's a lot of engineering going around of the shoes because it's Swiss made. A lot of engineering around the shoes. They even have the removable insole. What I'm not really like about the shoes is the response, the form itself. It's not really that bounce compared to other competitor and soft as other competitor. The shoes seems like lacking something on the helium form. Let's start with my first category, best value of super shoes. Which pair of shoes is my best value? What I'm thinking is this one. This Feiying PV 4.0. This is the best value pair of running shoes. I'm paying less than 500 on this pair. If you went to China Taobao right now, these shoes right now cost almost 300 only because they are clearing stock for this pair of running shoes is really bloody cheap. And it has a carbon plate and very responsive. I did review these shoes before. It seems like combination of the Meta and Vaporfly together. It has the bounce and the response and the aggressiveness of both of the shoes and the lightweight. It's very easy to pick up the pace and go to the next step of the shoes. Just only the downside is you need to go for at least half size or full size up from the normal shoes. For me, I didn't go half size up, so that is one of my regret when I purchased this pair. So it's a bit tight on the toe box, even though I already use this pair of shoes up to 180 kilometer. And if you look at the bottom, it seems like using around 50 kilometer doesn't have much scratch on the shoes itself from the back to the bottom, and the shoes is really worth every single penny that I spend on it. Now let's move to the underdog and underrated pair of super shoes that I think. For me, I'm thinking is this one, the Puma Nitro Electric. And this pair of shoes I already use up to 100 kilometer, and across all this time I use it for one of the race at New Zealand, the North Shore Half Marathon. I use these shoes race on beach. The route is on the beach, loose sand, trail, tarmac, some grass, wet grass, up the hill, down the hill. And this pair of shoes able to provide me the grip that I need throughout all my race, and really stable, especially when I'm running on the sand itself, the soft sand. The shoes able to provide me with the stability on the shoes. It's not really that sink, but able to provide me the stability and bring me towards all my race. That's why I'm talking about. This is one of the underrated. Even though I really like the shoes, the thing that I'm not really like is the lack of the bounce of the form. If they can improve the bounce of the form, the responsive one, easily this pair of shoes can be a top tier of super shoes of the year. We talk about the underrated super shoes and the best value of money super shoes. So which one will be my best super shoes of the year 2024? I think a lot of you already know which one will be. Definitely will be this Asics Metaspeed H Paris. I will use this pair of shoes more than 2 marathon and a lot of half marathon and training. Most of the time I use this pair of shoes basically is race day. I only use this pair of shoes I think 2 times only on my speed workout. Other than that, all is race. I will use this pair of shoes just for race because of the lightweight, responsive, and bounciness of the shoes. Even though I'm having some heel slippage, but it didn't stop me from using it. It really fast and easy to hold up to my pace that I need, especially I want to go under 420. This pair of shoes really able to give me the pace that I want. And full marathon definitely is this pair of shoes because of the lightness. So my leg will be feel much more less sore if I'm using a much more heavy pair of super shoes. And the response really good, and also the grip. Able to grip on the wet surface. After I post a story about this 8 pair of super shoes, someone asked me which one that's not worth my money to buy. If I'm going to choose one, definitely will be this on Cloud Strike because of the price of the shoes and the response of the shoes. The shoes cost at 1,500, the most expensive amount, and the response that I get from the shoes seems lesser compared to the other pair of super shoes. So for me, definitely with this pair of shoes that not really worth my money. So that's all on my opinion on the super shoes that I'm using in 2024. Moving forward, I try to reduce purchase on the super shoes and more on the daily trainer. The reason why is this year I only purchase and use up to 4 different pair of daily trainer. Not that much because I spend most of my money and time purchasing all these super shoes. But most of the super shoes just sitting at my cabinet and waiting for my next race or speed workout. Only 3 pair, these 3 pair exceeded 3 digit. Other than that, just double digit and sitting in the cabinet to wait for my speed workout when I'm going to use it. So next year, I'm going to try more on daily trainer, more to budget friendly user, which is the daily trainer best for me and for others reviewer that watch this video. so that I can review much more daily trainer rather than super shoes that just sitting at there wait for the race. Other than that, just collecting dust. So next year I'm going for more to daily trainer so that we can know which is my best daily trainer of the year rather than just this year using 4 pair of daily trainer. So that's all and see you guys on the next video. Bye.